Gates, I have a different kind of relationship with. Gates is, I like him a lot. He's my hero. He's, Gates has a weird dynamic. Could you imagine being Bill Gates? He lives it's a weird life. He's very much, I mean, everyone in the world knows who Bill Gates is. And he knows that, and it affects him. But I admire Bill quite a lot. Oh, thanks, Luke. Yeah, that's helpful. Thank you, Luke. Probably some weird. Thank you, Luke. Yeah, Gates has needed a PR overhaul for a while. The best strat for Gates should have just been, "Fuck you, I don't care." Not yet, Robert. Not yet. We will. There is a painful way to do it, Robert, but we're gonna do it better. Gates tried to play the nice guy. Nobody bought it. I don't think the Epstein thing is that relevant. It's much more. The guy should just never be afraid of his shadow and just be like, "Look, I'm a ruthless businessman. What the fuck do you want from me? I'm not a nice guy. I don't give a fuck." That's all he had to say. But that was not the meta until recently. Man, I hate to say this, it's going to sound really arrogant. I helped make that the meta. I helped make that the meta. No, I think when he started doing the philanthropy, people bought it. They liked it. But eventually, they just... It wasn't enough to overshadow the fact that the guy's the greatest fucking businessman one of the greatest who ever walked this earth. And he was a ruthless SOB. I don't know if he's much of on the philanthropy side. At the end of the day, trying to convince people you have a heart, why? Just admit it. What's the big deal? I'm fucking heartless. So what? Yeah, I think Gates does well with the women. But that's a long ass story. I mean, look, he's one of the most accomplished guys in the world. He's one of the smartest business people who ever lived. You got to give it to him. Genius guy. Now, his other takes and all this stuff, I don't know. I don't know, Ben. I really don't know. It's not clear. Jeremy, you're right. Exactly. Who gives a shit? Nobody wants to achieve what he's achieved and be a bad guy. But the reality is, your legacy doesn't matter. Nobody's going to remember you when you're dead. You're going to be dead. Ray Dalio pointed this out. People got really mad at Ray. People were like, "What do you think your legacy will be?" He's like, "What? The fuck are you talking about legacy?" Like, how people remember you after you're dead. He's like, "I'll be fucking dead. Who cares?" And the questioner's looking at him like, never thought of it that way. Like, what do you think I'm going to be looking down? Like, I see. They actually did like me. That's nice to know. It's just not, and exactly what Jeremy says, you're always going to be a bad guy. At least be authentic good guy to us business people who look up to you. So we know what you did, bro. We know how ruthless you were. You're vicious. So now, you're a great philanthropist. Cool, man. That's great. But, it's... I don't know. everyone lived their own life, you know what I mean? But my relationship with Bill, massive amount of respect for him, and almost like adoration, no homo. Look at the cash flow for Roblox. But you know, I wish that he could be himself. I don't think that's true, DC. I don't think that's true. Yeah, dash for trash. Cash is trash, or cash is king. Where's my chart? Okay, there it is. So this is, I don't think so, Bob. I'd be careful what you say about somebody like that. You know, that's not edgy. That's, you know, that's literally, you know, saying somebody's a criminal when they're not. I'd be careful. It's not what I would do. Okay, this is free cash flow. No, it's not, Ken. This is free cash flow for Roblox. Okay. It's going pretty good. Brianna, you know, we have to see the CEO of GameStop actually do something. He hasn't done anything. When's he going to do something? You got to do something, baby. I don't know, Oliver. I don't think you got to take any of Bill Gates' takes seriously. The take we care about is he built Microsoft to be a fucking multi-trillion-dollar company. That's the take I care about. Whatever the fuck he says otherwise, it's like all my musician friends. I talk to my musician friends, world famous musicians, right? And they say, Shkreli, I have a theory on quantum physics. Like, oh yeah? Like, yeah, man. It's like the matter and the particles, subatomically, they're all connected. I'm like, yeah? And that's what makes consciousness. I'm like, oh. And they're like, you ever heard of a quark, Shkreli? I'm like, yeah, I have. They're like, yeah, I just learned about it last week. And it all makes sense to me. The quarks, they come together to form a field of consciousness. And I'm like, just sitting there like, man, make some fucking music, man. Leave this shit alone. And it's the same thing when you hear Bill Gates or any other super billionaire talk about something they don't know about, they're sniffing their own farts. I'm not trying to pick on Bill. You know, when you're told you're a genius every day, so smart, you're such a genius, you start to believe it. You start to think, yeah, I know a lot about everything, don't I? Yes, I do. What do you know? I'm just so smart. And, you know, of course there are people like Bill, you know, actually there are things that he studies carefully. But even then, doesn't mean he has the right take. Yeah, I think he does know a lot about climate change. I think he does know a lot about some of the stuff he works on, like vaccines and communicable diseases and things like that. Doesn't mean he's right. You don't fuck with Bill, that's fine. I mean, I do. I don't think Roblox can implode. I do think that gaming has a weird dynamic where you could get a competitor and that competitor could erode their share. But typically these games are stickier than you think. I just don't think you want to hear the B- opinions from A+ people. I'd rather hear an A+ opinion from a B+ person. I got vaxxed, sure. Well, I got the Moderna, I think. Ramiro, what are you doing? Can someone time him out for 24 hours, please?